Hi, I'm Jeff Zigman, the founder of TRUEclaims, and this video is to give a very quick brief for personal injury law firms that are doing motor vehicle accidents, how TRUEclaims can help you recuperate a lot of money you're losing right now on bodily injury cases. So TRUEclaims is a software that automates the vehicle property damage side of things. So total losses and diminished value cases, which you probably are either not helping with right now or you do it just as a courtesy to your clients when they ask. Now, I sat down recently with Chris Mullins of Intake Academy. She has been monitoring calls and analyzing calls for over 25 years, more than 50,000 calls analyzed herself, listening in on more than 1,000 law firms over the last 25 years. And what we found, what she told me, is that for most personal injury law firms on the low end, about 60% of calls the vehicle owner brings up property damage because that's what's on their mind. You're thinking about bodily injury, they're thinking about the property damage more. You don't really care about that too much, but that's what they care about. And of those 60%, about 30% of them are lost because the intake salesperson is fumbling through the call because they have no good answer to give when somebody's asking about that. And she gives examples, an impression of what typically happens. Now, if you project those numbers for every 50 calls, that means 9 of them are bodily injury cases that are lost because of that. And if let's say your average case value is $10,000, that's probably your bare minimum case value is $10,000. Let's say that that's your average. $10,000 times 9 calls out of 50 is $90,000. If you're doing 50 intake calls per day, that means you're losing that much, $90,000 a day. You project that out per week, per month, per year, it comes out to a little over $11 million a year per sales intake person. And that's assuming that you're only dealing with $10,000 cases as your average, that's a very, very conservative number. So by plugging this one problem where they're confident on the phone and where you can actually deliver afterwards, and if you handle this on every single phone call that's coming in, you're overnight going to increase your bodily injury cases by tens of millions of dollars every single year. And then that links into the fact that now that you're doing the vehicle damage claim on every single one that's coming in, you can actually, within weeks of the bodily injury case coming in, signing the client, you can now collect Google reviews, which is going to give you a revolving door of Google reviews, which will lead to a higher level of inbound bodily injury cases coming in from people who need help with their vehicle damage claims as well as the bodily injury cases. This is the value of TRUEclaims in being able to automate that and being able to produce those reports in 2 to 5 minutes instead of having to either ignore them or farm it out to appraisers who will cost a lot more and get back to you in 1 to 3 weeks. Hope this was helpful. Can set up a demo and show you more information.